In an alternate reality, instead of becoming the right-hand man of the future pirate king, Roronoa Zoro dons the iconic Haori of the Demon Slayer Corps, wielding 3 swords as he stands among the Hashira. The question arises, could Zoro, with his unmatched swordsmanship and iron will, turn the tide against Muzan Kibutsuji? Or might he introduce a totally new fighting style, shattering the limits of traditional breathing techniques? Zoro, the Hashira of sword breathing. Imagine Zoro rocking a moss green and black haori with swirling patterns echoing the flow of swordsmanship, his 3 swords slung across his waist. He keeps his signature headband, that icy stare, and that no-nonsense face intact. But in this scenario, his haori gets a glow-up with that moss-green hue reflecting his tough-as-nails personality, featuring a bold design of 3 crossed swords on the back, symbolizing his mastery of the 3-sword style. The stains on his outfit tell tales of brutal battles, highlighting his chiseled muscles honed by years at sea. His gold earrings glint under the moonlight, now paired with a demon-repelling band soaked in Tamayo's enchanted spell wrapped around his wrist, proving he's ready to take on even the mightiest upper moons. This look blends his pirate roots with Demon Slayer flair, creating a Zoro Hashira that's both nostalgic and fresh, leaving fans hyped to see him slice through demons in style. Unlike other Hashira-wielding quirky weapons like whips, tridents, or prayer beads, Zoro sticks to his Santoryu, 3-sword style. This fresh combat approach is a total game-changer for the Demon Slayer world, yet it fits perfectly with the Hashira role, where standing out signals top-tier power. Instead of the usual Nichirin blade, he carries Wado Ichimonji, Sandai Kitetsu, and Shusui, each upgraded to slay demons, their blades glowing a fierce red when striking demonic flesh. Envision Zoro standing amid a cherry blossom grove, his cold gaze locked on his prey, 3 swords ready, embodying not just a Hashira, but a symbol of unyielding resolve that resonates with every One Piece and Demon Slayer fan. So, when Haki meets breathing, how strong could Zoro get? In the Demon Slayer universe, breathing techniques are the backbone of combat, letting humans match demons blow for blow. Now picture Zoro, who can slice steel, air, and even willpower, blending his Santoryu with armament haki, observation haki, and conqueror's haki. This fusion doesn't just boost his power, it crafts a one-of-a-kind fighting style, making him an unbeatable Hashira. Imagine him on the battlefield, his swords flashing like lightning, each strike carrying the ocean's might and a swordsman's unbreakable spirit. Sword breathing, Santoryu branch. Forget fire, water, or mist. Breathing, Zoro pioneers a brand new branch, sword breathing. Each sword stance syncs with a breath. Each slash weighs with the force of 1,000 battles. This technique lets him unleash razor-sharp sword waves, slicing through air and piercing the toughest demon hides. His Asura, 9-sword style, paired with this breathing, could decapitate an upper moon in a single breath, turning him into a nightmare for any demon. Armament haki makes his swords tough as black blade, easily lopping off high-ranking demon heads. When activated, his blades emit a mysterious black glow, doubling their cutting power and overwhelming even regenerating demons. Observation. Haki lets Zoro sense demon wiping intent, dodging lethal strikes. With this 6th sense, he predicts every move, even when swarmed by hordes of low-level demons, making him an untouchable warrior on the front lines. Conqueror's haki can knock out weaker demons without drawing his sword. This overwhelming aura not only terrifies foes, but also rallies his allies, cementing Zoro as a true leader in the fiercest fights. If Zoro unlocked a forehead mark like other Hashira, his power would hit its peak, making him an unrivaled force. Blending haki and breathing, he fights not just for himself but for fallen comrades, infusing each swing with One Piece's spirit, crafting a battle style that's as powerful as it is emotional. How about the friendship between Zoro and the Hashiras? Rengoku Kyojuro and Zoro, they'd be rock-solid battle buddies. Sharing a samurai spirit, love for honor, and willingness to sacrifice, Rengoku would invite Zoro for spicy bento lunches and all-night training sessions. In a wild scenario, they might develop a combo technique merging fire breathing and sword breathing into a fiery three-sword flame attack. If Rengoku survived with Zoro around, their fight with Akaza could have ended differently, with Zoro severing Akaza's tendrils while Rengoku lands the finishing blow, saving both and altering Demon Slayer's course. With Muichiro Tokito, Zoro's annoyed by the kid's daydreaming, but after a joint battle, he'd notice Muichiro's laser focus and quietly nod in approval. In a hypothetical team-up, they could tackle an upper moon, with Muichiro's mist blinding the enemy, setting up Zoro's surprise Asura strike for a flawless sink. Shinobu Kocho's sarcasm probably crippling on Zoro's nerves. Zoro hates poison and struggles with Shinobu's sly charm, but her sharpness earns his respect, even if he'd never admit it. She might brew healing potions for Zoro after his 38th time getting lost and falling off a cliff, sparking funny yet heartfelt moments, like her teasing his awful sense of direction. Mitsuri Kanroji's sweetness throws Zoro off, but seeing her real strength behind the pink Hari, he'd smirk and say, "You're pretty tough." In a scenario, they could defend a village together, with Mitsuri's whips restraining demons for Zoro to behead. Iguro Obanai and Zoro. Both are quiet, serious types. Obanai might see Zoro as crude at first, but after Zoro saves Mitsuri a few times, they'd bond. They could form a silent partnership, communicating with glances in battle, becoming a formidable duo. Gyomei Himejima fights with emotion and tears, confusing Zoro at first, but after witnessing a villager's sacrifice, Zoro bows silently beside him. In a hypothetical fight, they could take down a giant demon, with Gyomei's brute force and Zoro's ranged slashes forming an unbreakable team. With Tanjiro and Nezuko, Zoro's gruff got won over by Tanjiro's sincerity. He'd call Tanjiro a chill kid with potential and protect Nezuko like a big bro. In a scenario, Zoro might teach Tanjiro dual wielding, boosting his sun-breathing and forging a deep bond across worlds. The epic showdown with Muzan at the Infinity Castle. If Zoro stormed the Infinity Castle as a Hashira, Muzan might need to regenerate. Again. In this setup, Zoro's not just a fighter, but a game-changer, bringing a fresh, dominant combat style. Zoro doesn't need directions because Tanjiro drags him along. Facing Muzan, Zoro charges first, slicing through hundreds of tendrils in seconds. With observation haki, he dodges every attack, while Santoryu unleashes a sword storm, leaving Muzan reeling. Tanjiro syncs up, but Nakime's shifting castle could frustrate Zoro's already shaky navigation, turning their teamwork into a chaotic yet epic dance. Asura, the final sword breathing. When Muzan splits, Zoro triggers Asura, merging with his ultimate breath. Each sword stroke reflects multiple shadows, bewildering Muzan about the attack's source. Upgraded with Conqueror's haki, it adds psychological pressure, opening gaps for other Hashira to strike. Resisting poison and regeneration. Thanks to armament haki and One Piece stamina, Zoro endures Muzan's toxins longer than others. He holds Muzan at bay until sunrise, each slash a defiant challenge, proving a swordsman's spirit never breaks. In this version, Zoro could deliver the final blow, a triple slash splitting Muzan into three, one for each sword, capped with a decisive sword-breathing strike, securing a thunderous victory for the Demon Slayer Corps. So if Zoro were a Hashira, he wouldn't just be a pillar. He'd be a legend. A warrior carrying the ocean's spirit into the demon world. A stubborn swordsman who never backs down. A quiet friend, a brave brother, and an undefeated fighter. In this scenario, Zoro fights not just for personal glory, but for freedom's ideal, weaving One Piece's essence into every swing. He could inspire a new Hashira generation, teaching them to fuse breathing with iron will, ushering in a golden era for the Corps. Picture him standing amid the battlefield, 3 swords in hand and a steely gaze, forever etched in memory as a living legend bridging 2 universes. Who do you think would be Zoro's worthiest rival in Demon Slayer? And what if Tanjiro stumbled into the One Piece world? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't miss the next video.